we're talking about underage sex. And what is the legal age that we should be having sex?
So Rashid, I mean, what is the South African legal age for somebody to start engaging in sexual activity?
Yeah, according to our constitution, at 16. When you're 16, that's a legal age.
Ready.
Yeah, you're ready.
But I mean, I'm sure there's some other, I don't know, implications from that. Because like, what is the legal age drinking for alcohol? It's 18, right?
Yeah, everything else like driving, voting, drinking, it's 18. I don't know why they think you're ready emotionally, physically,
mentally.
Yes.
Mentally, there's so many changes happening between the ages of like 12 and 16.
Yeah, you're still growing. You're not done. You're not done.
Yeah.
Your body's still developing at age 16.
Yeah.
So I don't think why. I don't understand why they think you can make a grown-up person decisions at the age of 16 when it comes to sex, but you can't make decisions on other things.
When it comes to driving as well, right? 16
Driving.
is learners, eh? The 16 learners?
Yeah.
And then 18 is driving.
It's driving, yeah.
Yeah, no, then
driver's
clearly,
license. So
and clearly, like, okay, how old were you when you began, or yeah?
Yeah, I think, man, I was about like 16, 17. I remember I didn't have an ID then, and the reason for that, I'm not excusing it.
Yeah.
Like our parents didn't talk about sex
at all.
And
what the repercussions were, right?
Yeah. We learned from friends and smartphones and sending each other clips and so but 16 is still wrong.
16 is still wrong. I have to agree, because firstly, a lot of people are not independent at that time. A lot of people are still living with their parents, which means there's almost like this generational setback where people are not ready financially to be looking after a new addition, to the home. Most especially with black people. I mean, we happen to be at the bottom, when it comes to a lot of things economically, socially. Our parents are not having these discussions with us, and I think it goes back to poverty.
Yeah,
right?
and you cannot be, you cannot be in control when you are younger, less smarter, and less financially
stable.
Yeah,
definitely.
So you cannot be independent and be powerful to say no. Let's do it like this. You're always gonna be controlled.
Yeah, and I think a sad thing now is that people have almost monetized pregnancy. I know that there are girls, for instance, in the township who sit and plan to have babies because they're waiting for the SASSA grant money, and that's how they live. So it almost feels like now when you're 16 you're already calculating, it's okay, fine, become sexually active. That is it almost becomes like a qualification of some sort, right? We can almost deem it a social qualification, and now I'm 16, I can have babies, I can go and claim from SASSA.
Yeah.
I know someone who has 4 kids living off that money.
You know what I think about this legal sex age thing?
Yeah.
I think there should be one international legal age by the UN, because the highest is 21 and the lowest is 11.
Yeah.
That would allow rich pedophiles to do sex tours.
Thank you.
To do sex tours. I go to Nigeria.
Tell us about 11. 11 is Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Okay.
So I go to Nigeria because it's legal. The legal age is 11. So I go there as a pedophile so that I can sleep with the 12-year-olds. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's wrong, and you cannot control it. If you say my country is that you only protecting your country, but the rich people can go to another country
to take advantage.
And do what they would go to prison for 15 years here and go do it for free elsewhere.
And I also think, going back to the fact that people are not mentally grown to be able to assume responsibility when it comes to sex. There's so many videos that have broken out of young people doing things on social media that have now had a negative repercussion, whether it's to their schooling life, their social lives, or whatever. I mean, what is your take on that? A lot of young girls taking their phones, trusting a younger boy. I mean, we as adults get into that already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You break up with someone, they're like, I'm going to leak your nudes. Now, how does this unfold for a young person?
Cyberbullying is a criminal offense.
Yeah. And I heard that they're working on stringent laws to actually take out that whole, cyberbullying thing.
Yeah.
To take it out, because I think people don't take revenge porn seriously. Guys, revenge porn is a serious offense. Firstly, when you take, footage, I hope we can put it up on screens now. Basically, when you take footage of someone and they don't know, and you put it up on social media, you're looking at plus or minus 10 years or more in prison, and people don't even know that.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Like posting someone else's picture, whether I'm dressed or not, without my permission, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And then when you post my picture in a compromised position, that's a criminal offense.
That's as well.
Yeah.
And Rashid, just to touch on something, there was a time I was in a club in Johannesburg, and this girl gets absolutely drunk, and I think you know that after you come out of the club and they notice that you're drunk, you're not allowed to go back in. I have a big issue with that point, because there could be somebody lurking around the parking spots waiting to see a drunk girl going in or out, and they will attack that person. So I mean, just even laws in our clubs, guys, are not allowing us to.
Everything is about money. And clubs, they don't even, when they're not sure about your age, they don't even ask for your ID.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of underage kids in the clubs, and then everything is money driven.
Yeah.
When they say give the 12-year-olds condoms, the condom company will make money from that because it will deliver at every school.
Yeah.
And then when they say abortion at 14, the abortion clinics will make money from. And when they come there, they don't follow up like you underage. Who did this to you?
Yeah.
They don't care. It's all about the bottom line. They're making money from those things. And when they say legal age is at 16, so
it's actually beneficial for some people.
That will increase teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
What happens when a 16-year-old with a tiny body gets pregnant with triplets on that tiny body?
They will obviously need more medical attention, and that would mean government needs to step in.
It's all money driven. Hence, I suggested that the UN or whatever world body must come up with one legal age, the universal legal age.
And what is your universal age?
I'd say the average will be 18.
Average is 18.
Yeah.
I think 18 is a fair amount of time. And how much time do you think, if you were the UN or how much time would you give someone, for instance, who leaks a video of their girlfriend doing something or their boyfriend, naked or whatever, their ex, whatever, like revenge porn? What would your proposed age be for the time
in prison?
Yeah.
You know what people normally do? It affects them mentally. Others go crazy, others commit suicide. So when you do something like that, that's attempted murder.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're killing the spirit, you're killing the mental.
Yeah, the confidence, whatever. So people will be locked in, they'll be scared to go out because their video is out there.
Also, don't you think in LO we need a particular section that will discourage kids from posting stuff online? And I mean, how do we control that? Because I can imagine you're a 13-year-old girl, you've got a boyfriend who's 15, 16. He says, send me a video like this. Oh, I love you, you're everything. And then you send it, and then before you know it, the whole school has it. How do we control that kind of environment?
I really don't have faith in our school curriculum, at all. 70% of the stuff I know, it's not from school.
It's not from school. Thank you.
I don't have faith in our school
that's
system.
That's how I honestly felt.
There's a lot of stuff, man. Our education needs a facelift.
Even with nutritionists, I remember offside to what we're talking about. I went to a nutritionist, and they would say, how they used to say you need to have a big portion of carbs, a big portion of carbs, meat, and bread, and then a big portion of protein. And nobody ever spoke to us about substitution diets. For instance, if my body takes too many carbs, I gain weight.
Yes.
My body is more on protein and other vitamins, and if I do take carbs, I take a very small portion. Nobody discussed that with us. So all my life, I grew up thinking that the biggest portion on your plate should be the pap or the rice or whatever, when it's actually not supposed to be that way.
And our bodies react differently to different things.
Blood types, environments racial groupings. There's so many things that happen. You know, we can't all eat the same things because different things happen to our bodies when we eat different things.
So just do your own research. You need to know how to research or search. You need to go to verified organizations.
Yeah.
You know, you need to go to their own websites. You know, you can't just something that was written by Rashid K and use it as reference.
A sex manual.
Yeah, as a reference. Yeah, no, Rashid K said this.
I mean, also like with the sex thing, I also then we're speaking about how people mentally ready to be doing all this stuff. Like, I've heard stories about like a certain street on, like, I wouldn't know, but apparently it's in Pretoria. And apparently there are girls who are super, super young, like as young as 15, chilling on the streets, selling their bodies. And my thing is, like, it goes back to, if we, let's say, legalize something like the sex work like market, like prostitution, would we then be able to control who goes into it and protect younger kids from going into something like that?
Yeah, it can be controlled, man. But you know, capitalism, it will be about who's
Rashid
doing
and
it.
capitalism and
No.
money making all the time.
Really, see things like prostitutions and legalizing marijuana. People who don't have interest in those fields will be the ones running the business for financial gains. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult. It's very they can monopolize the industry for their own benefit.
Yeah.
We can think we're trying to protect these kids, and these same people can, with all the power, can forge documents and 14-year-olds to 19-year-olds.
Yeah, that is so true.
You know, so there's loopholes. It's controllable, it's doable, it's possible, but there's a lot of loopholes. With sex parties, sex is not a criminal action if it's between two consenting adults.
Okay.
You know, whether it's two or more, it's a group of people.
But they consented and they're all taking part.
You know, and then now it's a different story when you're gonna shoot videos and post it.
Yeah.
You know, because like pornography industry is illegal here in this country.
Really? I mean, people's circumstances when it comes to, you know, sex trade and everything, right? Is this, I know, particularly in the Zulu and Xhosa cultures, where like a girl will be going to the store, she'll be like searching for something, like looking for some, her parents would have sent her, and a guy rocks up with his friends in a car and they just like abduct her and then send a letter home to the parents that like they're marrying her. She becomes a wife. Really unwillingly, she has to learn how to love this guy. She can't complain because it's culturally formalized. And I just feel like, I don't know, but I'm on the fence and I feel like that is kind of like, not really prostituting somebody, but like human trafficking them and forcing them to go into something they don't want to do. And I mean, there's something that I heard about in India where that is the case as well.
Yeah.
But now I think families know, so it's basically like take her whether she likes it or not.
That's arranged marriage.
That's arranged marriage.
That's the not the Indian one, but this abduction thing.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate part of our culture which is wrong, which needs to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes parents know about it and they have their own little agreement without the girl knowing.
Yeah.
Usually it's girls underage.
Yeah.
And then they are abducted.
They have to
and
drop
then
out of school.
Drop out of school, act like a wife now and forced to do things like sex, and next thing they're pregnant, they're raising kids at 15, 16. That's very wrong. And I think even though it was a traditional practice, I think it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, me too.
You know.
And I mean, what do you have to say about like arranged marriages? Because arranged marriages are like all over the world.
And I don't know what to say about that. Like
because sometimes it isn't with the girl's consent. Like you grow up knowing that you're gonna marry Tina, Gigi, you're gonna marry Rashid over there.
Yeah.
When you turn 18, whether you like it or not, you're gonna learn to love him. We don't care. And
yeah, I know. Like Indian people still do it a lot, and the royal families they do it. Like I cannot.
Except my girl, shout out to Meghan Markle who broke the cycle.
You know, the Zulu kingdom and the Swazi
and
kingdom.
Princess Diana, she broke the cycle. We can all be princesses now.
So they usually do that. Kids when they growing up, they know that the Zulu prince will marry the Swazi princess or the other way around. Or Yeah, man. So some people still
let's
do
actually bring it back close to home. Like the Swati king. What wife number is he on now?
I don't know. I think I lost count at 15.
He was already at 15.
Yeah, story.
But I think even with the girls at the reed dance, I think they chose it. But then clearly, because if you're at the reed dance, doesn't that mean you kind of want to be thick?
It's a cultural thing, traditional, and people still practice that culture. And if you practice in that culture, you know exactly what happens. If you go to the reed dance, you know the possibilities, what might happen there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like other people go to church and they say, hey, I had a vision, and they showed me this girl I'm supposed to marry, and it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
You know, so people do different things in different practices, you know.
Yeah. Just like people steal girls and put them in cars and go marry them.
Yeah, just like human trafficking. People steal girls and put them on planes, and the next thing they're in Hong Kong.
And we move over to the next segment of our show. Obviously, it's going to be Hustle of the Week. It's going to be the Turn Up Guide. It's going to be Rashid, bring it.
Our dark horse for this week as a rapper by the name of Mulata Branded Lifestyle with a song called He's a Trapper.
Wait.
Yeah.
Mulata Branded Lifestyle. I'm sorry, that sounds like he either hosts parties or like you'd expect him at IAP or something weird like that. I don't know.
Clothing brand label.
Branded Lifestyle. At least if it was like MBL. MBL, and then you can explain what it is.
Okay, or just Mulata.
Okay, and then what is the name of the song today?
That's Working All Day.
We
work all day, every day. Check it out.
Yeah, the rangas are just tuku sa ambi, you hating on me. Yeah, my nigga, nigga, you to fu wanna shumara de matari. Hamba to zaka, tinga to kaka, teja to shumara fuwara panda man. Yeah, the karenga mandando ni puta suri robariko hasla man. Swinga to ita to mula, bini songa sukutura. Yeah, the woods and daddy lit your finger to panda to shun Mrs. Zwanda. Karenga mandaro tambura, mara nanga zura pasi na humbura. Ndose vana zore tambura, yapeda kara rinanga isa panda no shuma ini. Ase mafungo oduma ini. Gotta make money. Aninga tibi na duba naliti and this to bad as a million. And then the spoon na uba is a billionaire. Gonna be zillionaire. More than the Steve and the millionaire. And then the Stevens of them that I tell you the 10. Yeah, my nigga, Rashumanga man, the map. Muda the brand. Tingo suck the phone, the material name, Mangala to Demic family. Yeah, Rashumanga man, the sugar who never on my nigga. Landing the day to push on my nigga. And the Stevens of Piccolo shoes on my nigga. The Wacking all day. Pushing stick panda zako shangolirare. Working all day. Chingwi spinga na usiku kwa safari. Working all day. Pushing zika panda zako resinare. Working all day. Chingwi spinga na usiku kwa safari.
Man, I started from the PA, then I went to the PA, making more money every day, pushing that shit like no play. And that's how I met them real niggas. Now I'm pushing with them real niggas, doing big things like gold diggers. Some of good things with no figures, still keeping it one hand. Tulako panda ziranda, naniko akola tanda.
What is the trapper, Rashid?
Trap.
Are you a trapper now, Emma?
No, never that.
Really?
I heard Eminem trapping. I think it's.
I know, right?
It's. I saw KO.
Yeah.
Doing that trap thing on his video.
Yeah.
On his video.
Yeah.
Is it with AKA or? So he does that. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's. I'm like, dude, that stuff is for the 18-year-olds.
Shout out to Puma. Okay, I'm still rocking my Pumas. I just realized because it was so heavy trying to do the dance. Shout out to Puma for hooking me up, and shout out to Two Souls for hooking Rashid up. Two Souls, I'm still waiting for my tracksuits. Life's great, but you know what? I need my tracksuit because the turn-up gig is super hitting.
Oh, you killed me, dog.
Can we get a video? Wait, is this a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
Can we get a video? Okay, cool. Let's do this. Please, can we play back that video so we can all be in the element?
See what
okay, guys, check it out. jealous. He's just jealous, and KO can get with it because
KO is my dude. KO is my dude.
I know, right? KO, cool. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. And obviously our turn-up gig is super, super hot. I did say, Rashid, please speak to Two Souls because I'd like to wear my pink tracksuit on the 29th of September at Kagiso Stadium. It's a DK and Ambitious Entertainment lineup featuring your girl, Gigi, LaMayne. And I did say, I'm gonna try and hook y'all up with tickets at the Dizrupt show so y'all can come shoot.
I'm gonna get the whole crew like some Two Souls merchandise.
Two Souls merchandise so that we can be out there. It features myself, Miss Prue, MT, Java, Lonti London, La Sauce, and the list just goes on and on and on. It's gonna be super, super lit. So please do come join us. And obviously for me today, our hustler of the week, okay Rashid, our hustler of the week has to go to Clipper Jeans. Clipper Jeans are basically, I don't know, can we still show some pictures because I have some pictures of myself in the Clipper Jeans merchandise, okay? So basically guys, Clipper Jeans are originally from Soweto and they derive a lot of their clothing style to, yes, shout out. They derive their clothing style from traditional stuff. So it's like a little cool thing I was wearing the last time at Pro's memorial. A lot of like Tswana printing, and they really vibe with that kind of thing. And they've brought that, what's that Sotho head called, like that thing? They've brought it back into fashion. Mudiwa. Yeah, that thing.
Tweeters the name of that Sotho head. Tweeters the name. Tweeters that name.
Oh, tweeters that name.
Yes.
Tweeters #TDS and tell us what the name of the Sotho triangled head is. So I feel like for me, Rashid, Clipper Jeans are my hustler of the week. Shout out to them. I hope they grow from strength to strength. And you know Rashid and I like nice things, guys. So please do drop us off some merchandise. I feel like we just gave you free airtime. Rashid, so hot on the charts.
Hot on the charts, man. Nothing came out last week and this week, so I'm just gonna go back to P.O's album, Under the Sun. Beautiful album, man. Cap City, Rap City, representing Pretoria. I know you're originally from the Eastern Cape, but it's cool. The album is too dope. The album is too dope, man. Under the Sun.
Shout out, Under the Sun.
Yeah, it's gonna contest lyricist of the year. He's very underrated.
Speaking of lyricist of the year, remind people what's going on the 28th.
On the 28th of September, it's the last day for submissions at the SA Hip Hop Awards. Just go to sahiphopawards.com for all the details. Shout out to P.O. Beautiful album, Under the Sun.
Under the Sun. Okay, can I also put my 2 cents in? Rashid, I feel like Rick released a song. Ricky's back, guys. He's back. Still very fashionable.
Yeah, I saw the clip of I'm a coin.
So shout out to him. It seems like it's a banger, and for some reason it's doing the most virally right now. I kid you not.
I've seen the video going viral. So I'm just waiting for the song.
Yeah. So shout out to Ricky. We missed you, and we think this summer is going to be an absolute banger.
King Kotini.
Boss
Nonke. Even the Lagwamashu. No, that's what he says. What's his name on Twitter? Even the Lagwamashu. Ricardo.
Do you know those people? My sister, my wifey, you know those people who talk like that in the world?
Yeah.
I wonder, has anyone heard Ricky speak Zulu? I wonder how he sounds.
But he's from Gomashu, so he sounds...
Yeah,
like the okay,
no,
he's like, you know how they speak.
Say a sentence.
A sentence.
A hectic Zulu sentence.
Me, I used to work for Ukozi.
Say it please.
Me, I used to work for Ukozi.
Rashid, are they paying our airtime? No, so you can't mention them. Say something cool in Zulu, Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to our final segment. We are done. We're dusted. Don't forget to add us your suggestions for the next show. It's #Dizrupt, #TDS. And from me, your girl, Ingo Sazalante, guys, my name is Gigi, LaMayne, signing out.
Mr. Rashid, you know what time it is.
Dream Big Entertainment House.